Anyone who wants their organization to best utilize their data resources will find this book charts out the best we understand of the path forward. Martin Fowler, Chief Scientist, ThoughtWorks. Preface. Data mesh is the nudge that puts us on a new trajectory in how we approach data, how we imagine data, how we capture and share it, and how we create value from it, at scale and in the field of analytics and AI. This new trajectory moves us away from the centralization of data and its ownership toward a decentralized model. This new path embraces the complexity of our organizations, their rapid change, and their continuous growth. It aims to enable organizations to get value from data at scale, despite the messiness and organizational complexity. Looking back through the history of our industry, we have been nudged before. The birth of Unix and its philosophy to write programs that do one thing and do it well, write programs to work together, was perhaps the butterfly flapping its wings that set the conditions for us to tackle complexity at the heart of software. Decades later, through distributed architecture, service-oriented design, communications through standard APIs, and autonomous domain team organization, I hope that data mesh sets the condition for a new path to tackle complexity at the heart of data, in the field that needs it most, analytics and AI. I formulated the thesis of data mesh in 2018, after observing common failure patterns in getting value from data in large and technologically forward companies that had made substantial investments in their data technologies. Observing their struggles to scale data management solutions and organization to meet their ambitious data aspirations led to questioning the decades-old assumptions in how we get value from data. We collect it, we centrally store it, we put a data team in charge of it, and then we unleash it on a diverse set of users and use cases. These assumptions had to be revisited. I shared the ideas behind data mesh in an O'Reilly conference in New York around the same time. I called it Beyond the Lake, as I was struggling to solve one of the hardest problems in technology, naming things. Despite my fear of receiving harsh criticism, as I was speaking sacrilegious words of fundamentally shifting our view on data, the audience positively embraced the talk. The pains of data users, data analyst or scientist, were real. They were all struggling to get timely access to high-quality and trustworthy data. The pains of data engineers were shared, stuck in the middle between data providers and data users, trying to get meaning out of data from unreliable upstreams and put it in a form that others can use, and doing all that without close contact with the business. The leaders in the audience nodded that the returns on their data and analytics solutions were middling. I left that conference feeling more confident about what could come beyond the lake. A few months later, I missed a week-long tech advisory board meeting in China. My 3-year-old daughter had broken a fever the night before the flight out of the US. I made it to the plane, hiding my desperation separating from my sick kid for a week, but I broke down as the pilot announced to the crew to secure the plane doors. I got off the plane. Now, I had a week to hide and put the thoughts and experience of data mesh into words in an article called How to Move Beyond a Monolithic Data Lake to a Distributed Data Mesh, kindly hosted by Martin Fowler. The article was a success and received an incredible amount of readership, as if I had just said the words that others were quietly thinking of. 3 years on, this book goes into the depth of